Hello, we are live. It is late. I am tired, but we're going to do a short stream anyways. Because why not? I said I would. I had to deal with some messages, had to deal with a few other silly things. But yeah, whatever. We'll get something done, right? I just wanted to run a few more experiments on Diane. Sort of think about it a little bit more and figure out what we can do with it. Get my container back. Welcome, Twitch folks. Hey, I bet. Long dinner. They gave me like 3x the normal quantity of ice cream, so I am stuffed. Oh, I have this here. Perfect. It was the first time I've been there. The other location, though, it's like a third of the amount. Dangerous having ice cream around. I don't know. It doesn't really tempt me. I get it when I'm like out sometimes. Calories are not bad when you're underweight. Okay. That'll actually just end up helping me recover, because otherwise I'm going to feel beat up as hell tomorrow from all the squats. Yeah. Okay, here we are with Diane. It's literally just this little bit of code, right? Where's the loss? Here it is. Literally just this little block of code. Does it even make sense that it is so easy for this to be told apart? Like, we have this graph. And it's this tiny little loss. Right? Does cross entropy even make sense the way it's defined here? Input logits and target. You ran snake earlier. This is not Diane related. Well, the default hypers are now for Muon bet. So Yeah, there could be a difference. We should get you a box again so you can run experiments. We technically have, if you want to set stuff up on box 6, go ahead. It's a little dodgy. I think I think the chip is like intermittently screwy. So it's probably gonna get, I mean, all the boxes are gonna get sent through main gear anyways on their way to the new facility. But yeah, you can feel free to set stuff up on box 6. I mean, you've been doing a ton of stuff. You should, I don't know why you don't have a box. Like, the point of giving contributors hardware is to make it easier for you to, like, work on cool stuff and get stuff done, right? Okay, so this is interesting. So target is supposed to be soft maxed, I guess. Oh no, because it's Z indices. No more optimizer. Yeah, you shouldn't be using that shit. Adam, like, it's a step change. It's really a step change in capabilities. You might have to set up the dev container build. I don't know what's on the current one, but yeah. And I'm trying to get more boxes. It's just like, one, it's a really big purchase. It's like a low-end house size purchase, and two is the tariffs. So I had to sort both of those things out. Yeah, we're not buying the boxes for plus 40%. No, thank you. Pro science policy. I'm not. It's not. I'm not commenting on the tariffs as a whole. This was like obviously some dumb loophole, anyways, because they put an exception on electronics, right? And then they just didn't put one on components. So like obviously the intent is not to make it so that you need to manufacture your whole box in China instead of just importing the like. It's some oversight. It'll get fixed unless people are really dumb. Hmm. So this loss is correctly computed. I'm trying to think how the hell it's this smart. Like, how is it that the logits are like immediately? Let me make sure of one thing. God, I actually ate too much ice cream. Holy hell. It's like not even a bad thing either because it's like great for recovery. And I kicked my ass doing squats today. But like, holy. Okay, so this die-in loss should not optimize. Like, much at all. Okay, so we can see here that die-in loss is 1.3. Because I put a stop grad here, so it can't optimize the rest of the network. So it literally has no way to tell the policy to act differently. By comparison, if we delete the stop grad, die-in loss is almost zero immediately. So what box is Aaron on? I moved Aaron to box 5. Let me double, doesn't actually, I'll double check. You don't have to delete his box. You can just make a new one. Let me double check. Yep, Aaron's on box 5. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work anyways. You need the dev container bet, like the dev branch of Puffer Tank, or whatever that has the new base in it, that's like the CUDA 12.8 or whatever base. Well, not 12.8, it's 12.4, I think. Yeah, it should say CUDA like CUDA dev or whatever in the from, because you need the developer you need the developer tools for CUDA so you can compile. 3.12, yes. It's kind of crazy that literally you just give this thing downsampled logits and it perfectly knows which has got, like, which agent is what. Well, let's get rid of the distribution. I'm just getting tired here. Oops. See if this still works. It keeps popping up. Okay, this will be interesting. I'll let this run a bit. I honestly want to stay up and keep working on this because I'm afraid that if I I'm afraid if I like lie down to go to sleep, I'm gonna throw up with all this ice cream. It's actually ridiculous. Ugh. Well, that actually did something. It's telling the policies apart, but it's trying so hard to do it. Yeah, okay. Really, that doesn't even help much at all, does it? It is like really, really hard for this thing to figure it out. That softmax really made it tough. What if we give it the full? We give it the full thing. Is it log softmax or softmax? Do you normally log softmax or softmax on raw logits of slog softmax, right? So log softmax of logits. It's totally good. Yeah, the Diane loss here is getting totally screwed. Without this mask, it's easy, right? I comment this one line. So, dang. Why does it hurt it that badly? So I guess what had happened is it can't tell which policy is which just based on the actions, right? It's using the other logics. Like differences in the other. Okay, that would make sense. So then if we get this to work, it could be very powerful, right? So what if we just like put this mask on and then we just do this. We know like 1.3 is random or whatever, I think. Okay, this looks good. Do we have it on Neptune? We do. Cool. Let's see what this does. And then we will try the downsampled one as well. With the downsampled one, I don't even know if we have to downsample. Oh, this isn't even bad. It still mostly knows which one is which. It just really wanted to push the loss all the way to 0 is all. So now it pretty much just gets to see the sequence of actions. That's cool. So given that you can see the sequence of actions that an agent takes, and given that you can tell it whether to push that probability of that specific action up or down, make the agents do distinguishable things. Seems cool. Do we still think there's any reason to give it a downsample trajectory? I'm not sure. I could also probably mess with entropy at this point, right? We probably don't need entropy anymore with this. Maybe not. Hard to say. Preventing the policy from determinizing is still maybe a thing. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I want to see what this policy does, though. I know that. What's the best that we have on this? Like 91, 92? It's going to take a little bit of a perf hit with this. But I want to see if it does anything interesting. It's kind of hard to say in this environment, right? Like, you'd really want something where the policies are more expressive. I wonder how Tocine is doing. I mean, this has continued to improve. It's like not that far behind now, right? That's like really close. That's pretty cool. These are tiny policies as well, mind you. It's also just possible that this loss is too high, right? I mean, the Diane loss coefficient. Like, maybe it is kind of more like entropy bonus where you want like 0.01 or something of it. It's crazy solid, though. So this is one where it was like trivial for it to learn Diane because it had the full logit distribution. Oh, scores 90 with the eval. Alright, that's like pretty much on par. Ooh. That's the point of puffer. I don't know, can we see any playstyle differences? It's hard to say, like, can we see playstyle differences, right? They do seem more sideways, right? Do all of them seem more sideways, or some colors more sideways and some of them more up and down? They kind of all seem a little more sideways. Salmon one? Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Well, it says it can tell these apart very accurately, right? I'll try something. We do like this. I want to see what this loss ends up being. If it, like, does anything substantially different. There's more stuff we can try, right? I'm kind of also wondering if we give it states. Is there any way that that makes sense? Like, if we also give it states. That might do something. Like, I'm trying to think if there's a thing, right, where even if the state path is not differentiable, if, like, because it can use the states that it ends up in, if, like, that somehow makes it able to better optimize the actions. Well, but like, can it, right? Because the thing is, the state's not differentiable. All right, have I drawn this diagram yet? So this is an important concept as well. Okay, so like this is how it works, right? So you have like obs, and then you take action 1, and then you get obs 2, right? And then the thing is that in the way that this looks like in the neural net, right? It's like O1, O2, and the way it looks in the neural net, right, is like this is LSTM. And then this is like A1, A2. Okay, and then what you do is you put this into a discriminator, which is like okay, and then this tells you, this tries to predict like Z1, which is the index. And then the trick of Diane, right, is that this is Z1. So you're trying to, based on the actions, predict the Z, right? So like one thing you could do is you could put the observations into the network. But then if you go backwards through the network, right, the way that this learns is it goes backwards through the actions, and you actually backpropagate through the logics. So you can actually update the network, right, to change the action props. But with the observation, the gradient through the observation doesn't go backwards through the network. So I don't know if there's like some way indirectly that this could potentially learn something. But you see it can't directly learn here, right? Like there's no direct dependence of the weights on the observations. So the discriminator is trying to predict Z. Z is a one-hot vector. So Z, think of a one-hot vector as just an index, right? So you just tell it that, hey, this is going to be 1. And 1 is just like, your team 1. You need to behave differently from team 2. Okay? And how do you know if you behave differently? Well, if the discriminator can tell you apart from the other teams just based on your actions, then you're behaving differently, right? So that's how this thing works. You tell it what team it's on, and then the discriminator tries to predict just based on the actions what team it's on. So the only way that the network can tell you what team it's on is by taking actions that are distinguishable. Why do we want to predict Z? So that it learns, the ideas that we want the policy to be able to play in many different ways. That's exploration, right? If we have a policy that can play the game a lot of different distinguishable ways, that's like exploration in a nutshell. It's kind of a cool idea, right? Yeah, this is like a bad env to try to suss out playstyle difference is the problem. These separate obs. No, it can't identify them. So the thing is, just because they're in the network, like you're getting just the probability of best action or the probability of the action you're taking. So you can't cheat and send any information like that to the discriminator network. Because the discriminator network only gets to see these actions, A1, A2, A3. So there's no way that you can like smuggle information. Because if we just let you like send the hidden state or something, it's trivial. We wouldn't need separate obs. Oh, it's just a one hot. Z is just like an extra one hot. It's a very trivial network modification. You share the same weights for all the nets. That's the point. If they're all pursuing the same strategy, the discriminator wouldn't be able to tell them apart, and the loss would be near random. The discriminator can tell these apart. We should probably log the accuracy. Loss is near zero whenever. So the run that we watched before this had near zero loss, yes. It's 0.1 here. I mean, technically, we can do like this, right? We can do I think less snakes just makes the env really easy. I don't know. We could try it. Let me see what this does. I just cranked up the die-on loss a ton, so like now it really, really wants to tell them apart. Smaller canvas gives you less space to tell what they're doing. If anything, I want a big canvas and see if they go in different directions, right? Okay, so this has very low loss. Let's see if we can tell. I mean, this is a lower like a lower reward policy. Maybe we can tell it apart. It's got ridiculously low die-on loss. Snake. Yeah, so here it does it, right? White snakes go up. Pink snake goes up and to the left. Red snake goes pretty well straight left. I mean, I can't necessarily tell them all apart, but we can definitely see there's separation, right? Like there's very clearly separation here, right? Red is cubing. They probably don't know anything particularly sophisticated. It's a really small model. They do have perfect micro, though. I mean, like, this is definitely something, right? If perfect, why die? There's already a reward penalty. And it micro they don't see very far, right? So like you can get yourself into a circumstance where there's no way out. So you can't see very far. So if you get into like the inner part of a spiral, there's just no way out. Yeah, we could. No, you will tank perf a bit. Train speed, I mean. I kind of like this being the really fast env. Okay, let me think about other things we can do to like fiddle with this. We don't really need to do two policies. Hang on. Let's do something. What do I think is the most likely to improve perf? BPT horizon is that way because of the new experience buffer code. It requires longer horizons. Also, though I do believe it was anyways. I liked 0.1 on the coef here. If we do 0.1 and we do like 16, and no mask, what's this look like? So bet it no longer bootstraps GAE over multiple segments. So you need to fit your whole GAE horizon in BPTT. I mean, most likely we're going to end up just going up to like, we're going to end up renaming BPTT because it's really trajectory segment length now. And it's probably going to go up to like 128 plus. Isn't that kind of good? I just did. It's not really. It depends where it levels, I guess. It says it's very diverse. It's like not bad. Is it just me or is it actually kind of distinguishable? Red doesn't seem to go to the left, though. Look, see all these reds over here? Look. That's different, right? What happens if I do? I mean, at some point, there's just not enough. Like, it's not going to be able to tell these apart, right? Yeah, okay, so this just tanks it. That just hard tanks it. Is it Kaito? I don't know. Man, if you have different names, I'm not gonna remember. If you have like different names everywhere, it's not realistic. Try the 0.01. I mean, eh? That's pretty damn good. And low die-in losses. What? Oh, whoa, whoa. Wait. That was kind of doing a thing, wasn't it? Yeah, that was kind of doing a thing. Maybe this is the formula. Maybe we just give it a little more time and we see. That's like, that was pretty good. So this is like a whole bunch of different strategies, just like try to make it distinguish a whole bunch of stuff, but don't give it some crazy high penalty that's going to corrupt the policy. So like die-in loss can start out kind of high here. We need an end where we can actually like distinguish different behaviors though. Yeah, die-in loss should decrease. It will. It's hard to decrease the die-in loss while the policy is like rapidly increasing incompetence though. So notice here that this one is like, well, there's a learning rate schedule difference here. Okay. Yo, that's actually really good. Screw it, full run. Full run and then bed. That got 95 score, which is higher than I've seen from a legit run. We solve exploration tonight. Screw it. More breakthroughs, guys. Not enough breakthroughs for a day. We solve RL with Diane. Let's go. Maybe we set up a hyperparam sweep on this as well. I have to kind of fix a couple of the boxes. I've been meaning to do that so they're not idle. I mean, I have them so I can use them and people don't like, so I can run my own stuff. But, quick check. Puffer advantage, normal advantage. Puffer advantage, normal advantage. Small difference, but it is there. Uh-oh, we got a dip down here. There might be a learning rate screw up thing. We will see. I could probably like fix a box while I'm sitting here. Box 0, my box. Box 0 is mine, right? And this has CUDA on it, I think. Hmm. Okay, this runs. So we will be able to set up a sweep, I think. Because, I'd like to just do... Box 6 has CUDA 12.3. How the fuck does that happen? No, because I don't have the container set up for 12.3. Should I just run like an apt-get like update NVIDIA or some shit? Yeah, but like just update it anyways. Well, but don't do it on the container. Like I'm gonna have to sudo it on the box. No, you're gonna fuck that up. Because there's stuff in 12.4. I mean, you can go for it and try it, I guess. 12.8 is a pain because you need like more recent drivers. This got 97. So about the same. It's a cool model. Pretty dense. Yeah, this is good. It's like really dense. Look at all the snakes. I'm gonna run this sweep. That was the most recent one, it seems. So the one before that was Many Snake. I don't think you're gonna really be able to tell looking at them visually. But what we can do okay, we want all this crap out of the sweep. So it only is going to sweep Diane loss coefficient and the archive size. Is all just going to sweep. So fix everything else and then just do this. Oh, we got a sweep running. That's going to be nice. We might also tune like a downsample coef, but I think that this could do some stuff. we're only sweeping the Diane loss coefficient and the archive size. 2 total sweep params. Get out of here, bot. We build the bots around here. Okay, so this runs, right? I should probably let it finish one just in case. Sometimes there's like weird behavior between runs. So we'll double check that. But like this algorithm seems good. Since we do have some folks on YouTube, I'll briefly say what this algorithm is. So what this does is it takes the action logits of an entire trajectory segment. It assigns each trajectory segment an index in the observations. So like your trajectory segment 1, your index 1, trajectory segment 2, your index 4, whatever. You pick a fixed number of indices. And then you train a discriminator just on the action logits to try to predict that index. So the effect is that different trajectories should try to be distinguishable based on their index. It's almost like saying you're going to have playstyle 1, you're going to have playstyle 2, you're going to have playstyle 3. And potentially this can give you better exploration. That's the hope. That this is like something substantially better than like naive entropy or whatever, because it actually has to be distinguishable differences in behavior. And we're going to see how that does. Preliminary results are pretty good. I say as we immediately on the very first run get 0.93, 0.94, whatever. I think the first run takes mean params, so that's not entirely unexpected. Pretty good seed. Context has already been set. Oh, I thought we fixed that bug. I thought we fixed that. See, good thing I checked. When I say about stuff breaking on second run sometimes. Alright, we'll let this one go. Should be faster this time anyways. No compile time. How was this run out of curiosity? Well, PufferLib 206. Good. Yeah, those version numbers don't get updated per commit or anything. They only get updated per pip package, per PyPy package update, so. Container worked? Good. Very good. See if this guy ever replied. Nope. Went off to lunch and never came back. I mean, I don't know how much there is to gain in sweeping these params, but if there is even a little bit in there, we could have a very interesting policy by tomorrow. 1.5 mil steps per second. All the runs should run at exactly that speed. Once this can only compile like a few times. Yeah, so we will see what Diane does for us. We will see what Diane does for us. It is late, and I must sleep. I had a run in the morning, and then I will be on streaming the rest of the day. We got Diane done. So I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll be back in the morning after that. I think we did Diane. We did the new trace algorithm. I mean, we're doing pretty well on all these things so far. Maybe binding stuff, maybe experimental side stuff. Depends. We'll come up with some stuff. We've gotten a lot of the to-do list done in the last couple days, really. But for folks watching, all this stuff is free and open source. You can get everything at puffer.ai. If you want to help me out for free, actually quite tangibly, star the GitHub. We are 10 stars away from 1950, at which point it will round up to 2K. There are not many RL repos with that, so please do that. And if you want to get involved with dev, join the Discord, discord.gg/puffer. Most of these environments are written by contributors, many of whom came in with zero RL experience. It's a great way to get involved with RL. It's a great way to learn. It's a lot of fun too. We have some articles on this blog, including a quick start guide for beginners, but also some more advanced stuff. There's also more stuff on X that you can't find anywhere else, so you can follow me there as well.